right, today I want to give you guys an update on how I managed to create this monster of a dividend portfolio. It's the end of the month, so I'm going to be showing you guys all of the income this portfolio generated in the month of June, do some benchmarking against the S&P 500. And once we get done with all the numbers, I want to talk more about portfolio design, why my portfolio is the way that it is, and some potential changes that might make it even better. So if you guys enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and let's get right into this. Okay, first things first, the past 1 month, my portfolio is up 3.23% with $252 of earned dividends. And for comparison, the S&P 500 over that same time is up 3.96%. So a little tiny bit more than my portfolio, but overall still very competitive, and my yield is much higher. And to give us a more broad view, if you go year to date, this is during a bull market, I'm up 15.94%, and the benchmark during that same time, 16.59. So that trend of my portfolio very closely following the S&P 500, which by the way is my goal, is true even on longer time frames. Now let's take a look at my dividends over the month of June. So these are all the dividends I received so far in June. I do have 2 more to come in, both VOO and VGT. They pay on a quarterly basis. June is one of those months. For VGT, the yield is pretty minimal, but for the S&P, it's a bit more impactful. So their most recent dividend payment for the month of June was $1.58 per share. And I currently own 23.7 shares, so that comes out to about $37. And aside from that, SCHD paid me a quarterly dividend of $78.11. XYLG, a monthly dividend of $32.31. Divo, another monthly dividend ETF, paid me $33.78. And finally, BST is a closed-end fund with managed distributions on a monthly basis, and they paid me $54.43. So together, that's a monthly income of $234, which is 23.81% more than June of last year, $189. So that's nice. I like to see this income trending upwards. Back in 2021, I was making less than $100 a month, and now in mid-2023, over $200. But you will notice that my biggest month was March, so 1 quarter ago. And that's because I sold JEPI, replaced it with XYLG, and JEPI has a higher dividend yield. So I did take a slight hit because of that maneuver, but I am really happy I made that change because as I predicted, JEPI has been underperforming. JEPI was great back during the bear market of 2022. I held it during that time, it did its job, but then once things changed and we began to pivot to a bull market, I knew JEPI was not going to be the best spot to have my money. And year to date, XYLG has more than doubled the performance of JEPI, including the dividend. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the way this portfolio is currently situated. We have a total lifetime earned dividends of $3,500. This is starting to pick up rather fast. And my holdings consist of VGT, VOO, SCHD, Divo, XYLG, and BST. 6 ETFs, no individual companies, and the overall dividend yield is just around 4%. Now let's pivot a little bit and give you guys my take on portfolio management and setup. So if you guys follow the channel, you know that I organize my portfolio into 3 sections: growth, value, and the S&P 500 index. I do this because I want my portfolio to do well no matter what market cycle we are going through. So whether it's 2022 when value was doing good or this year when tech is doing good, this portfolio is going to thrive really in any market condition and drive that consistent income. In my opinion, the last thing you want to do is be a momentum investor and change strategies, buy different ETFs simply because they're hot at that moment. And I feel like this configuration helps me to avoid that because I'm covered. So whenever I'm thinking about making changes to my portfolio, that basic premise is always guiding my decisions. I want to thrive no matter what the market is doing, drive consistent high level of monthly income, and keep it as simple and clean as possible. And I might have just found a configuration that does this more efficiently than my current setup. So this right here represents very close to what I have right now. And then both above and below, I have 2 alternative configurations that might be a little bit better. The one on the bottom here is just ticker VOO, SCHD, and QYLG. Hopefully you guys can see how it follows the same basic strategy of my current portfolio, but just much more simplified. And then on top here, we have another variation, XYLG, SCHD, and VGT. This also drives a high level of monthly income. I have exposure to the S&P 500 and both value and growth stocks. And this is the performance of all these funds against the S&P 500 in green. So during the last bull market in 2021, all of these portfolios did a great job capturing most of the gains of the S&P 500. During 2022, due to their high level of consistent income, they made up that difference. And so far in 2023, all of them are outperforming the S&P 500. And in terms of the income generation, they're all almost identical and about 3 times that of the rest of the market. I think it's pretty obvious that the most effective fund here is the blue line. It was doing the best in 2021, and today it is maintaining that lead. And that corresponds to this portfolio, XYLG, SCHD, and VGT. So let me know what you guys think. Should I migrate from what I currently have to this more simplified version? Or does this simplicity bring with it other hidden drawbacks? So let me know in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.